Hello and thanks for joining us. It is now time to take a look at the stories making headlines on the front pages of our local and national newspapers. Let's take a look at the stories on the front page of our local newspapers. First, I'll begin with a Car Weekly newspaper. Alright, on the front page of a Car Weekly newspaper, at the top left here, you have Utoko Monarch names road after Hillary Ibegbulem. You can get the details on page 2 of a Car Weekly newspaper. And next to that, Oboriwori, the executive governor of Delta State, congratulates Festus Okubo at 63. Details on page 3. And next to that, the importance of Royal Mirror British College Owa to a car nation. Details on page 20. All right, a car landlords and landladies to take BEDC to court November. Details on page 23 of a Car Weekly newspaper. And next to that, Otolopo Kingdom New Yam Festival turns carnival. Details on page 18. All right, that's all on the front page of a Car Weekly newspaper. Moving ahead, let's take a look at the stories on the front page of a Car Mirror, one of our local newspapers too. All right, one of the major stories here. Africa's major task is how to promote, protect, and defend her culture, says Tona Okay. Africa's major task is how to promote, protect, and defend her culture, says Tona Okay. All right, and also on the front page of a Car Mirror newspaper, the story of a Car Landlords and Landladies Association announces plan to drag BEDC to court. A Car Landlords and Landladies Association announces plan to drag BEDC to court. And beneath that, Governor Oboriwori inaugurates 44-member Delta Advisory Council. All right, still on the front page of a Car Mirror newspaper, Prophet Igbodo got sent to widows. Prophet Igbodo got sent to widows. And underneath that, Fidelis Egbo marks 63rd birthday. Fidelis Egbo marks 63rd birthday. And also, Akokotu emerges deputy chairman as Delta Khan elects new executive. All right, I think that's all we have on the front page of a Car Mirror newspaper. Let's look at the front page of The Choice now. All right, the major story there on the front page of The Choice newspaper, Agbo Kingdom celebrates New Yam Festival and appreciates the Dane for blessings. The details are on page 15. Agbo Kingdom celebrates New Yam Festival, appreciates the Dane for blessings. Details on page 15. I think that's the only story on the front page of The Choice. Let's go further now to The Light. Yeah, also on the front page of The Light newspaper, the major story there, pain and anguish as federal roads turn to death traps. Pain, anguish as federal roads turn to death traps. Details on page 10. Let's now move further to the front page of the Pointer. Alright, on the front page of the Pointer newspaper, it is boldly written there, NLC DTSG open talks on wage increase for workers. NLC DTSG open talks on wage increase for workers. Alright, and beneath that, Delta to flush out illegal revenue task forces, says Moye. It calls on motorists to resist extortion and wants erring task force members reported. All right, that's it on the front page. Okay, that's all we have on the front page of the Pointer newspaper. Let's move ahead now to the stories on the front page of the Punch. All right, the major story there on the Punch. Federal government may spend 3.27 trillion on palliatives and loans. Federal government may spend 3.27 trillion naira on palliatives and loan. And it goes further to say 15 million households to get 1.13 trillion for 3 months and 125 billion for MSMEs. Orders. PWDs demand more palliatives from Sanwo-Olu. Kwara IDPs get relief materials. And beneath that, nightclub workers face prosecution for assaulting LASEPA officials. Details on page 6. Let's now move ahead to stories on the front page of The Guardian. All right, the major story there on the front page of The Guardian newspaper. Firms scale down production, opt for trade over FX and income concerns. Details on page 6. All right, that is the only major story on the front page of The Guardian. Let's move ahead now to the Sun newspaper. All right, one of the major stories there, November 11 Guba polls. INEC will transmit results. Use IREV in Imo, Kogi and Bayelsa, says Yakubu. Details on page 18, 19 and 25. I'll take that again. November 11 Guba polls. INEC will transmit results. Use IREV in Imo, Kogi and Bayelsa. And another story there, poor sanitary condition. Lagos clamps down on popular markets. Lagos clamps down on popular markets. Concerns, frustration grow in closed Ladipo markets. Joy, relief in Ile-Epo Oyimbo as government reopens shut down markets. All right, those are the major stories on the front page of The Sun. Let's now go further to the Vanguard. All right, the major story there on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. 21 states owe 790 billion naira inherited pensions and gratuities. 21 states owe 790 billion inherited pensions and gratuities. Details on page 5. I think that's the only major story on the front page of the Vanguard. Let's now move ahead to this day. All right, on the front page of this day newspaper, it says, enough is enough. Pope Francis wades into Israel-Gaza war. Enough is enough. Pope Francis wades into Israel-Gaza war. Says humanitarian laws must be respected. Gaza hospitals overwhelmed as shelling continues. All right, moving further, let's take a look at the stories on the front page of The Nation. All right, it's boldly written there on the front page of The Nation newspaper. Tinubu, why Supreme Court can't admit articles CSU evidence. Tinubu says why Supreme Court can't admit articles CSU evidence. President files reply to ex-vice president's bid. BBC insists CSU certificate not forged. BBC still insists CSU certificate not forged. All right, that's it on the front page of The Nation. Let's now take a look at the story on the front page of Tribune. All right, the major story there on the front page of Tribune newspaper. Bayelsa, Kogi, Imo elections. PDP, LP disagree with APC over INEC's assurance. PDP, LP disagree with APC over INEC's assurance. Details on page 22. Opposition parties raised doubt over e-transmission of results. All right, and they go further to say, we are still traumatized by February poll experience, says Labour Party. Trust INEC at your peril, Okori, APGA warns candidates. We won't accept results declaration not electronically transmitted, says PDP. INEC will do what it promised, APC says. All right, let's now take a look at the stories making headlines on the front page of Daily Trust. All right, boldly written there on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper. Boko Haram attacks escalate in Borno. Boko Haram attacks escalates in Borno. 252 persons killed in August. Attacks heightened after repentant terrorists returned to bush. DHQ plans review of operations. Details on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, that's it on the front page of Daily Trust newspapers. Thanks for staying with us. That's all we can take for now. Thanks for staying with us. Don't forget to join us every Wednesday for our Sports Chat Soccer Palaver in Pidgin. And do well to like, follow and subscribe to all our channels on all social media platforms at PMTV Africa. And for your live stream, event coverage, hot news and happenings around you, call our desk line on 08063426526 or visit our broadcasting studio at number 66 Old Lagos Asaba Road, Agbo, Delta State. I am Sandra Obwe. Do have a wonderful evening. Africa.
Keep watching PMTV Africa.
I'm giving a shout out to PMTV, People's Mind.
Hi guys, keep watching PMTV Africa.
Hey everybody, keep watching PMTV.
From Toronto, PMTV. Don't touch that die.
Hey guys, keep watching PMTV.
Nigerians, wherever you are, whatever you know, keep on watching People's Mind Television, PMTV.